Okay, so on the chance that this is a counterfeit, I want to preface this and say that if this is a counterfeit, I don't necessarily condone the purchase of counterfeit hardware. Because this one wasn't advertised as a counterfeit, I don't think that was the intention of the seller. The same can't be necessarily said about the manufacturer, but the seller, I think they were on the up and up. So that's been a bit of a warning to the $16 mechanical keyboard. Part 1. The keyboard came in a bizarre condition. The keys were kind of loose, and the box didn't have all the parts that it said it was going to have, but all the essentials were there, and the keycaps were easily replaced. Not too bad. I don't think you are emotionally ready for this, because I know I'm not. Here it is, folks. Moto Speed, live for gamers. Trusty little screwdriver here. Well, that's not a good sign. We have got a keycap that has fallen out. Oh, quite a bit fallen out of the box. It's had a hard life. Oh, look at that. What fell out of this keyboard? Well, let's see. We have got that key that came out. We have the, oh, that's the caps key. So because it's a mechanical keyboard, it should just snap right back in there. In theory. Hey, there we go. All right. Okay, so it had a rough landing getting here, but it actually feels pretty good. With this being a, wow, actually, I'm pretty impressed. Okay, so I plugged this thing in. I'm gonna bring up a text editor. This is a test of a $18 mechanical keyboard. Holy shit. One of my favorite things, of course, was the box with the very vampire Lestat "Live for Gaming" written there on the side. Live for gaming. Live for gaming. So that, the overall feel of this keyboard though, for $16, well I paid $18, but now listed for $16. If all of them come at this quality, this is actually pretty awesome. The board has almost no flex. I'm pressing more keys. I really like the way the side of the keys are exposed. Now I want to talk about the switches in particular, because that was a bit of a rabbit hole. They were listed as being blue optical switches. I don't think they are blue or optical. In fact, they have these side rails. They're an orange color. Usually, I mean not always, but usually a blue switch is painted blue for easy identification, but I get that's not what blue necessarily means. These keycaps are probably the thinnest and cheapest keycaps I've ever seen. I'm seeing a lot of negatives here, but none of that really matters because this motherfucker is $16. Damn. You know, looking at these bizarre, but quite sturdy, but very thin, light sounding switches, I feel like these didn't have the same pressure levels as like an actual Gateron Blue. So I took pictures of it and I shared it to Reddit/Mechanical Keyboard, posted up on Mastodon, and even asked a few people on Instagram. And ultimately, with enough clues, we figured out that it is a Jixian switch, which I've never heard of. Jixian switch. They seem to be pretty good for a thin budget switch. I just tried loading the website again and it looks like their website is down right now, which is kind of funny. I've only heard of them for like 2 days and now they don't exist on the internet, I guess. So this is the Anti-Pro, and I don't know how much of this is going to show up on the microphone or the camera, but there's a very... It's got a good sound. I think it's a combination of the case, probably the board underneath, and of course the switches. This one doesn't have a bad sound. It's definitely a thinner sound, but that kind of checks out with the thinner keycaps, and I think the lighter weight key switches. Like even pulling the keycaps off feels lighter. Very weird. I of course swapped out my backspace with the oops key. Very important, and of course I can't have a keyboard without my prestigious gnome key. Very important. And they are standard MX switches, of course. That's why I was able to swap those out. The top plate up here, this is all aluminum. At first I wasn't sure, like, was this aluminum or is this like a really good plastic? But that is aluminum. Like, that's what gives these boards such a lack of flex. The bottom, of course, is made out of, whoa. The bottom, of course, is made out of the same crazy thin plastic that the keycaps are made out of. At least that's how it feels. But again, for the price you pay, this thing, I mean, it checks off a lot of boxes. So here's some of the keyboard effects. That one's fun. I like that one. Oh, just kind of a pattern. That one's kind of random. They don't have breathing, which is one I really want. And of course, standard. Potentially knock off branding. Aluminum plate, USB, decent looking, well, decently made. I'm saying this is decently made. This is probably going to be my daily driver for a while. That's how much. Is it the best keyboard you can buy? No, not even remotely close. Is it the best keyboard you can buy for less than $20? Fuck yeah. You could do so much worse. Probably the last keyboard you got with a computer was 1,000,000 times worse than this thing. Yeah, the one that came with my girlfriend's computer. Whew. That one, yeah, that was bad. Hey, so just to wrap this whole thing up, I kind of lost track of the daylight, so I decided to step outside for a few seconds. But I guess in conclusion, in regards to this little keyboard, if you decide to take the chance of buying this keyboard, there is a chance that it's not going to be as good as I reviewed. You know, there is a chance that it could be the one I got might not be the exact same keyboard. The listing name was different than the box name. When you buy from some of these lesser known retailers, that's something that happens, and it happens quite a bit. So again, buyer beware, and well, all the links are down below. Alright guys,